Hello, I'm Dee Blake with the League of Women Voters, and today we're here at the Gresham, Oregon MetroEast Community Media Center. I'm here with Troutdale's City Councilman Glenn White, and this is part of the 2016 voter election guide. So good morning to you, Mr. White. Is it okay if I call you Glenn?
Sure,
okay,
please do.
Great. Thanks for coming in today. We're going to be talking about some of the issues that face your city of Troutdale. And if you wouldn't mind starting out with just giving us a little bit of background. I understand you're the incumbent. You've been in this position for a while. And just tell me how you got to this position and why you're running, seeking re-election.
Sure. This will be my third time running. First time with an opponent.
Okay.
Prior to that, I've served 6 years as vice chair of Citizens Advisory Committee, and before that, I was one of the founding members of the River Safety Committee, along with Paul Tollifer, former mayor, that led to the lifeguard program on the Sandy River.
Okay. All right. Any particular reason you're seeking re-election? Still want the job?
Yeah. I'm willing to do the work, and I think I'm a voice of the citizens and the people of Troutdale, and I think I make a difference having me there.
Okay, all right.
I deeply care about the community.
Okay. Just talk a little bit about some of the specific things facing Troutdale. There has been increased population in the area and also just increased homelessness and need for social services. What ideas do you have for your city in addressing these needs?
Yeah, I'm saddened by the homeless situation, especially for children. Children need a stable home to thrive in development. It's very important for their development. I feel that we also need to keep the middle class strong. I think the stronger our families are, the more we can do to help. And I'd also like to partner with the county so they can instruct us on things that we could do and work with nonprofits and faith-based groups to help solve this problem. There already is quite a bit of work going on in Troutdale, but it's still a growing problem. It needs to be addressed.
Okay. Now you've been in office, as you've said, for 2 terms. How have you worked with the county in bringing about changes or increased services for Troutdale?
I think communication is the key.
Okay.
I go to the 4 city meetings regularly and always provide input. We do our homework, our research. We offer our Park and Recs program. Troutdale is the only city in East County that has one, and we share it with our surrounding communities. And I think it's important with both parents working nowadays, that children have safe, healthy activity throughout the summer and after school, and we focus on that. So I'm pretty proud of that program.
Part of the Troutdale Park and Rec program?
Yeah.
Okay.
Troutdale also has more parks than any other city in East County, and they're all free, and we invite everyone. And on a hot day in the summer at Glen Auto, you're going to sometimes have 5,000 people down there, and that's again why it was so important to get the lifeguards down there to make that even more safe.
Okay. All right. What do you see as the major needs and goals of the city that you haven't already addressed?
Some of the priorities are safety, thoughtful growth, strong schools, supporting community health, and maintaining infrastructure. I propose that Troutdale's next city goal section be completed with a more inclusive process, including the community. I want to hear from. I think the best ideas come when we get the input from as many people as possible, and our strength is our community in our city.
Okay.
And you could have the best idea that you think, but without the support of the community, it's not going to work.
Okay. Can you talk a little more about thoughtful growth? What do you mean by that, and how do you implement that as a city?
I think it's important. An example would be we turned down the federal post office coming to our Trip property. It would have, for one, it wasn't living wage jobs. It was transferring workers, the jobs that already exist in Oregon, and it would have caused congestion problems and overloaded our infrastructure without paying any property tax.
Okay.
And I think because of that, we've got some better things coming in our futures. The more family wage jobs. Like I said, the stronger the health of our community is. We're already 7th highest income in the state, and I think that's from thoughtful planning, careful growth, and I want to continue that so we can do more to help our community out and our surrounding areas.
Okay. So Troutdale itself, 7th largest
Yes,
income.
I know
highest
that surprises
income.
a
Wow.
lot of people.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know that. And the TRIP program, I've heard that before in interviews, but if someone's listening to this on its own, they may not know what
I'm
TRIP
sorry,
means.
that's
all
the
right.
Troutdale Reynolds Industrial Property, of which Troutdale has more industrial land than even Portland.
Oh.
And we're looking for people to fill those spots. We have our airport there as well, so if you're a big enough company that can utilize an airport, it's really a great asset. And it's close to the freeway, I-84, and we've done a lot of work to improve infrastructure in that area.
Okay. All right. Great. Now, I know you have opposition, as you said, for the first time. What sets you apart from your opposition? I mean, goals and people who back you in whatever way you think is important for the voters to understand.
Well, I've heard my opposition's platform, and his first goal is that he'd like to see professionalism in our council. So it's kind of a negative approach that stating that the council isn't professional, and I disagree with that. I think sometimes when you care, the town's worth fighting for, and sometimes that does occur, but it's also open communication. I don't see how one person can change that anyway. You're really only responsible for yourself up there. And his second priority was to eliminate the storm cap for our businesses, which would be a 4,700% increase. And
Can I just ask you, what is the storm cap? What does that mean?
currently, it's we have made some increases, some baby steps towards increasing that, but it used to be capped at 2 residential equivalents for a large business, and by uncapping it would be a new fee added onto business, and like I said, it's a 4,700% increase to businesses. So anybody with any sizable parking lot at all would be affected.
Okay.
And the big businesses can afford that, but the small ones can't.
Okay.
So that's my concern.
Okay. So that's something your opponent supports,
Yeah.
but that you would not necessarily support in
Right.
its form. Okay.
I'm for, I don't agree with hitting businesses with that large of a increase, especially in the midst of the minimum wage going up and possible passage of 97.
Okay. All right. And I'm not sure to the degree we've dealt with the homeless population. This is a big problem in the general Portland area, and I certainly know it's an increasing problem in Troutdale. Do you have any specific ideas in dealing with that issue?
Yeah, the county is the primary
Okay.
agency that works on this problem. My plan would be to communicate with them and find out where can we help. I'm not an expert in the field. I see the problem. We can't ignore it. It costs us more to ignore it. Okay. And I want to see everybody succeed in Troutdale, and I want to give them jobs that make it so they can afford their bills. I think a lot of people are just giving up because it's so hard to make it out there. And I'd also like to see our middle class and our economy stay strong so we can afford to help.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're out of time. I very much appreciate you
Great
coming
questions.
in today. Well, thank you.
I appreciate the League for providing this opportunity to the public.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for watching. Again, this is the League of Women Voters. It's our 2016 voter guide. And I want to remind you to get out and vote and to understand the candidates and the issues, and to be sure to register if you aren't already by October 18th. Thank you very much. And thank you.